Live streaming, getting that going. All right. I think we're streaming. You want to double check for me,
Yeah, I'm
Travis, and
gonna
see if we,
refresh that and then we can get started once I hit all that.
yeah, sounds good, man. Sounds good. Streaming
Yep,
everywhere.
you're up. We're good to go.
Sweet. All right. I'm excited about today. I don't know about you guys, but this is going to be a good one. We're talking about stuff that, I think a lot of people are not excited about social media anymore. I think it's become kind of a drag for a lot of people. And so it doesn't surprise me that you know, we've kind of got to this place. Social media has gone through lots of ups and downs as far as like what it's capable of, what it does. So we're gonna bust some myths today. We're gonna talk through some cool stuff, and I'm excited about it. I'm very excited. So welcome everybody. If you would, if you're with us on Zoom, if you just throw something in the chat, let us know you can hear us okay. And if you're um, if you're joining us on the one of the groups that we're streaming to, you can go ahead and just leave us a comment there. I'm going to take a look and see. I think we're streaming to, we should be on YouTube, a couple of other channels. Let's see if I can go to this one too.
Thanks, Rochelle.
There
Yeah,
we
as
go.
John's figuring that out, as we kind of mentioned to get started, the thing with social media is, everybody knows that we need to be on it in some capacity, and we've been sold kind of a bill of goods that we need to constantly be posting, we need to do all these things, and it's exhausting. I mean, for me personally, I think there's people that love posting on social media, that it's just something that they're kind of wired to do. But I would say most people, it's a mentally draining task to even think about. And today we want to dispel a few different myths about that to get you clarity about what social media should look like for your school right now. And then also give you tangible ways to do something productive on social media, because I think a lot of owners, we know social media is powerful. We know running ads is powerful. We'll kind of touch base on that very quickly. But we don't necessarily know what to do, and what we've done might not have worked in the past. And we do know that it would just wore us down mentally and time wise. So we want to dispel those issues today so we can make sure that what you do is productive for your school and worth your time. Because honestly, your time is best spent dealing with your students, right? And people coming in the door. So we want to make sure what we do outside of that is productive and allows us to do the main thing and keep the main thing the main thing. So we are excited to dive into that. We have really three things we wanted to cover today. One's going to be very quick, and then the other two are going to be tangible things. There's really three myths that exist right now about social media. And the first myth is that you should be boosting posts. And I'm just going to put that out there right now, that really you should not be boosting posts. There's very few circumstances in which you would boost posts. In fact, there's so few, I wouldn't really encourage it for anybody in here. That's how rare it is.
Yep.
So if you've been boosting posts, if you've been spending money, it's not your fault. Someone told you, or Facebook makes it very easy to do that. So it's like, oh, of course I would want this to get out there. If that's something that you've done or you've been doing and you want some help with, I want to help you directly direct with what you're doing, and specifically as what you've done, to give you some insight. So just go ahead and say you need help with that you've boosted posts and you need help solving that problem and knowing what's better. Just throw that in any of the chats and I'll reach out to you directly so you and I can talk one-on-one more about what a strategy around paying for like a Facebook or Instagram or something like that to get students. So if you've ever boost posted before, that's kind of the first myth. We're just going to put that off to the side. Just comment, and I'm going to reach out to you directly so we can talk one-on-one about that.
First thing we're
I'm
going to
going
have you
to
do is join the BPA. That's the Boosted Post Anonymous. We announce
check.
ourselves. I'm John. I boosted a post. And then we're going to stop doing it.
My name is John, and I've been boosting posts.
That's right. That's right.
Cool. So John, the other two myths, I'm going to check the other channels, but the fact of hiring someone, a lot of people feel like we need to hire either an outside group to run our social media
Yep.
platforms, or we need to hire someone in our school that is like really loves Instagram. So, oh yeah, hey, can you do it for us? And then also the idea of creating content from scratch. Those are the two big things we
Mhm.
want to cover today: is how to give you a skill set and how to give you the tools so you don't have to hire someone, still have the free time that you need, but also so you don't get worn down by creating content from scratch. So those are really the two big focal points. that we want to get into. I'm going to check the other streams, John, if you want to go from there.
Yeah, so let's talk about hiring somebody to post on social media. So we're not really talking about ads right now. We're talking about just the organic type posts. And there's a lot of services out there that do what they call social media management or social media posting for you. There's a lot of tools and software and stuff. I've not been able to find a service for less than about $300. I know that a lot of school owners that we talk to are doing things like, maybe they have a student or a parent of a student that really loves to post stuff and takes good pictures and they've got them doing it. And maybe they give them a, free tuition or something. If you're charging, a couple $100 a month and you figured, you know what, if this person's coming to class and they're taking a lot of pictures and posting for me, it's worth that kind of trade-off. I think there's kind of a mystery around like how often should I post? What should I expect from posting? And what can we actually get students from just posting stuff on social media? And that's kind of where it comes to do you pay somebody? Do you not pay somebody? Is this one of those situations where you need to outsource it? We were just laughing at a video or I won't share, but outsourcing sometimes is a really good thing. Other times, not so much, not so much. And so, really, it's about the value you're going to get out of it. And
I got to shit because I'm laughing about the video now that you brought it up, John. The
okay,
video is basically one of those gurus talking about how Elon Musk doesn't cook and Jeff Bezos doesn't mow his lawn. Well, I'm taking it to the next step, and I'm outsourcing someone to date my wife.
yeah,
Me dating my wife is just a total distraction from business. So it
yeah.
was very satirical, but we were cracking up
Yeah.
at it because it's just kind of teasing some of those gurus that are out there right now.
Yeah, it was pretty
But
good. At
why don't
first,
we jump right into it, John? Do you want to share your screen?
yeah.
The first thing we want to look at is if you've ever hired someone or thought about the fact that you might need to hire someone because, hey, I'm not an expert, I just need to hire someone, or maybe there's someone in your school that they have a lot of followers on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or something like that, and you feel like, hey, they would be someone that knows how to, grow my school because they know how to use social media. We're going to show you that you don't need to do those things. You don't need to give that student a discount. You don't need to pay that mom, a few $100s a month or a couple $100s a month. There's really a proven way to really do this very easily. So that way you don't have to hire someone and you can focus on people that are responding to your posts and coming in the door from them. And that's the first thing we want to dive into, John. So why don't we take a look at why you don't need to hire someone, why it's actually pretty easy.
Yeah, totally. So if you're already using the Follow Up Ninja, this is already built into the platform. If you're not, I'm just going to show you a couple of features of this that makes it super easy. Of course, you can just go on your own social platforms and you can, post whatever you want to whenever you want to. I prefer to schedule posts, so I like to just kind of sit down and take care of it all at once. So there's a couple ways that we do it inside of the Follow Up Ninja. One way is just to go in and just kind of create the posts the same way you sort of would on social media to start. So you would just go in and say, let's going to post this to the page. One of my favorite parts about this is the AI aspect of it, because we can actually just go in here and tell it to generate a post for us. So we could say like, why karate is
Well,
great
John,
for
let's save that part for why you don't need to create content all the time.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's okay.
okay. Sure.
Yeah. Because hey,
Direct me.
now some people might be like, well, I don't need AI, I'm good there.
Just a
How can
just a
we kind of
simple
have
way.
a simple way so I don't have to hire someone? I can just have social media done, it's taken care of. I can focus on people coming in the door.
I love it. So we've got a thing that a process over here that's upload from a CSV, which is basically just a spreadsheet. This process, we have posts that we have created, curated specifically for martial arts, specifically for dance, specifically for anybody that's looking to get students in the door. It's a full year of posts. You can upload it in about 10 seconds. So you basically would just click this, you drag your CSV file on here. I already did this morning. It took, what did it take? 3 minutes. And
Three
then
minutes and we were kind of goofing around. So
yeah, right. And so we uploaded this morning, 90 posts for the rest of the year, and then we just click schedule, and it went ahead and just scheduled them all out. So we've got all these posts scheduled out. The first one starting here in April. And anybody that is a member of the student magnet that's using the Follow Up Ninja, you can just chat something in. We'll send this over to you, and you can just import this right away, and you'll have your posts taken care of for the year. and it literally took 30 seconds. So
Right.
this is probably the easiest way to do it. And if you want to go in here and like customize the images and stuff, you can do that. We got some images that we can put in there as well, but it's really just as simple as just putting an image in and then saving it. But they're already preset and they're ready. This goes all the way until New Year's of
Yep.
2025. So that's the easiest, simplest way is why hire someone to do it? Just use the tool you have in place already. And
Yeah.
if you don't have the follow-up ninja in place, it's probably cheaper than covering
Paying
somebody's
someone else.
tuition. So this
Yeah.
is kind of like a silly no-brainer not to do it that way. But if you
Yeah,
really
so that's
like
kind of the
posting,
first thing. I'm sorry, John, to cut you off.
no,
That's
no,
kind of
no,
the
no, no.
first thing is
Yeah,
that
go
you
ahead.
don't need to hire someone if you have the right tools, right? I get like if I was on my phone and I felt like I had to copy and paste into Facebook or type manually into Facebook or on my computer typing all these things. And yeah, if that was the only way to do it, I would say hire someone. But if
Yeah,
you can have a system where you can really just upload a year's worth in about 5 minutes, then it makes sense. Hey, I don't need to hire someone. Or even if you didn't want to upload, you still wanted to do it manually, you just needed it to be more organized. Because I know switching from platform to platform to platform is exhausting because you might like posting, you might have good pictures and things like that that you want to post. You need a system really in place that's going to allow you to streamline these steps so that way I can take one post and actually add it to a bunch of different streams at the same time. And
yep,
then all of the responses from that streams come into the same place. So I don't have to keep switching between apps and forget where things come from. That just creates an overwhelming feeling when you have
huge,
all these dishes spinning in the air and you're like, yeah, they're spinning. This is great, but I don't know how to keep this going. So you need a system where you can upload a CSV file. Um, that you can have the year's worth of posts, or even if you like making those individual posts, you need a system where you can keep it organized. And in fact, if John, if you go to a new post, if you don't mind showing
all
us,
right, yep,
and just create a new post. Let's just say we want to create a new post here with our like follow-up ninja system. If you click the drop down, if you have multiple channels, right now this test account is only connected to one, but if you have X, if you have Instagram, if you have TikTok, if you have Google Business, LinkedIn, Facebook, you can actually create one post and then just select all of those accounts and have it go out to all of them. And then if you
yep,
have the right system in place, when people respond to those, they all come back into the same system, which is really, really nice. And
super
then
helpful.
actually, if you close out of that, John, this is something I was just tinkering around with it a couple months ago. If you click advanced options below, you can also add categories, which is really, really helpful as you plan because you can create a category for holiday promotions
Mm,
or sales posts or community engagement posts. Like you can create different categories. And then if you cancel that out, John, and go back to
back here,
the back button and you go to the open planner,
yeah, this is
now
great.
you can actually filter by categories on the top right too. So you can kind of just map out, hey, how often am I doing um,
Nice.
different categories and different topics. And this just gives you a visual planner of when things are done. You can actually create posts from here as well. I'm
Yeah,
more visual, so this is super helpful for me.
yep,
Um, so all these tools make things so much easier. If you're on your phone just loading things up, yes, it's exhausting, it's overwhelming. It's did I forget to post this? And another great feature, let's say if you have a student that's going to do these things or someone that does this, you can have them go in and create the posts and then actually send those posts to you for a final approval
yeah, that's
before they
good.
actually go live, which is really nice because maybe you don't want hands-on and you have someone that does this, but you'd like to see it before it goes out and you'd like to look at the map. All these things make it so those spinning plates is just one plate that you can look at and keep track of.
Totally. I love that. Definitely a great aspect. The approval thing is awesome. It's huge.
Yeah, and that's why you don't need to hire someone because
Right.
you think about it, I hire someone so I don't have to like keep track of all this stuff. But if you have the right tool, like if I told you you could have like a tool like that that just has all this in place, that's worth more than hiring someone, I think, because it
Saves you
automates
the
the
time.
follow up and all the things that you watch the other trainings on the automations. But just this in itself is what you're hiring people to do. So
Yeah.
you definitely need that tool. If you don't have a tool, I can see why you would need to hire someone because it is a lot of spinning plates. So I'm curious if you guys have any questions. That's our first myth is of hiring someone. You really don't need to if you have the right tool. If anybody has any questions or needs to look, how do these tools work? How does this follow up ninja specific tool work in these areas? Please put them in the chat. We want to make sure we're getting the clarity that you need
Yep.
um, on these trainings. So go ahead and put those in the chat. I love this because I don't know about you guys. I get caught up with flipping between screens and things like that.
Yeah. Totally. Big time. I'm not
Well,
seeing
as
any.
you guys are, go ahead, John. Do you have anything to add to that?
No, no, I'm not seeing any
Okay.
questions. I was just,
Yeah, as you guys are asking those questions and they come in, I'm looking off to the side because I have like you guys know from these trainings, I have command center here, all the different streams up here.
right.
Um, Legacy MMA, great question. Where do we get the CSV? Well, if you're a student magnet or follow up ninja user, is that right, John? If
Yeah.
you're a follow up ninja user, you get it for free. So if you're already using the follow up ninja, just shoot me a note if you don't have it, and I'll make sure I get it to you. If you're not a follow up ninja user and you become one, you get that CSV for free that has all of the posts for the year. So
Yep.
just have to be a follow up ninja user, and that CSV is included. Jason wants to know how frequently should we be posting to Google Business relative to Facebook or
Mm,
Instagram? Great
yeah.
question.
Yeah. Great question. So there's not really any kind of set rules um, as far as how often or, frequency, especially with Google Business. Google Business Profile is a great place to be posting pictures because especially if you took those pictures with a smartphone on location, like at your school, it automatically geotags. And then if you just name those photos the correct thing, like, 6-year-olds karate class or 12-year-old karate or adult karate or, ballet class or whatever it is that you're teaching, you label the photo, the name of the photo, and you just upload it to Google Business. That's probably a better tactic and a scenario. You can do that right from here as well. You can add your, whoops, not group. You can add your Google Business profile right here, and then you can just post it the same way. For Facebook, it's really more of just there's two real great purposes for posting regularly on Facebook. If you're running ads, one of the parts of the algorithm that it looks at for your page is if the page is active. Like, are you posting on it? Are people commenting? Are you getting likes and stuff like that? If it's an active page, if your ad is up and it's a pretty complicated bidding process with the algorithm, but basically what happens is, in a simplified scenario, if your ad is up and like the local restaurant who's marketing to the same audience as you is up at the same time, if everything's the same, but your page is more active, your ad will display and the other one won't. So there are some benefits to it, even if you're running ads. But it also does just kind of create like a nice, if someone lands on your page or they search Facebook for something, if you're posting a lot of content about what you do, Facebook has become more search friendly than it used to be. So if somebody, a lot of times people will actually search on Facebook for a martial arts school near me or a dance school near me. And when they click on that, if they see that you haven't posted anything since like September of 2020, um, they might be like, is this place even still open? And so it's really good to just kind of keep a steady flow of posts on there. So I'd say, 2-3 times a week is probably good for Facebook just to keep it regular. There's tons of schools of thought on that. And, there used to be the organic algorithm used to be really kind of valuable and you could post a couple of times a day and get a lot of traffic that way. They snapped their finger on that a long time ago. And so you really don't get a whole lot of traction for people who haven't already liked or subscribed to your page. But it is good it kind of has like an ancillary benefit to a lot of other things. So
Yep.
Google Business Profile, you know, once or twice a week, Facebook business page 2 or 3 times a week. That's probably the frequency that I
Yep.
would go with those.
Yep. And every post doesn't want to be a call to action. We want to have
Yeah, a good
type of
mix.
a good mix. Really, one out of the three should be a call to action. They used to say one out of five. There's different schools of thought. Some people say if for every 5 posts, one should be a direct call to action. The other four should be value adds and excitement and things like that. At most, one out of three, if you're looking to really be aggressive in posting. Because you don't want people to go to your page and see every single thing these people share is trying to get me to buy something, right? Because it doesn't create excitement. It creates like, okay, I need to be prepared to buy if I talk to these people. So,
Right.
really, really good question there. Anything else there on that, John?
I don't have anything else.
Okay, cool. Someone by the name of iPhone. I'm not sure who you are. If you either want to change your name or just let us know in the chat. I'm just trying to get some clarity on the question. John, I post pictures on my Facebook page, but still puts up deleted photos to choose from.
Hmm.
Not quite sure what they're referencing there.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe if you can reword that question for us and let us know a little bit more clarity on that.
Yep. And then Jason wants to get the CSV. Yes, like we said earlier, the file with one-click import on these posts. If you're a Follow Up Ninja member, that's included is in the Follow Up Ninja. If you could message me outside of the Zoom, just so I don't want you to miss it. So
Yeah.
in this chat, it probably not the best avenue. If you just either shoot me a text on um, my phone or shoot me a message on Facebook, we'll make sure we get that to you. So. Sean wants to know if we can. It's Sean Racky.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Sean, you got a question
There's a
about?
couple iPhones, Sean. There's like 3 people named iPhone. So if you could maybe just change your name to Sean, and then we can get you unmuted there. Or if you want to unmute, you can go ahead.
Yep.
Question about Facebook posting.
Yep, yep, yep.
Hear me?
Hey, Sean. How's it going,
Eh,
sir?
Pretty good. So basically, okay, so when you start putting ads up and you go and it gives you pictures to choose from,
Yeah.
it's always it's always these old, outdated pictures, but nothing current from what I'm posting on my current Facebook page. And I don't know why that
Hmm.
is.
You're
So I don't
talking
know.
about inside of Ads Manager?
Yeah.
Yeah, that works a little bit differently. That's not really, we're kind of covering right now, like
Organic social
more
media. Yep.
organic social
Right.
media.
So
Looking at the Ads Manager, there's a few different ways to get into that. I can help you with that on Thursday, the Q&A call
yeah,
if you want.
I won't be there Thursday, remember, because I'll be out of town, but I'll be back next Tuesday, so we can do
Okay.
it then.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then
Great.
also, like, I noticed like one of my competitors, they're using a company called Monstro, which from what I was talking to some people, they were saying that sucks up all the organic leads in the area. How is our website competing against a company like Monstro as far as um, sucking up organic leads?
So I'm not familiar with Monstro, so I can't really give you a comparison. But what I can tell you is that, the websites through the Follow Up Ninja are Google optimized. So if you're talking about sucking up leads, there's not really any better way to do it than the way that we've got it set it up as it stands right now
Okay.
in terms of the design of the site. And then as long as your Google business profile set up, which I think it is,
It is. Would
and
it
you
would would it behoove me to do maybe some Google advertising to boost that?
Yeah, I mean, Google Ads are a good next step. I think, uh, based on what I know about your account, we should probably get the Facebook ads maxed out before we go to Google in terms of bang for your buck.
Yeah. No, I get it. I'm just trying to figure out how to get more shows, So
Yeah,
that's why I'm on this meeting, just to see how this would impact the organic part of it to everything
yeah,
else.
Yep.
totally. Yeah, yeah. Good question, man. Appreciate you.
Cool.
Yeah, and kind of to Sean's point, as you organically post, they feed each other, right? So if you're running paid Facebook ads, you're running paid Google ads, the organic posts will then kind of scoop up anybody that might miss, or someone engages with your ad but they don't take action, but now they're seeing posts from your page or profile, and then that's when they get to take action. So it's kind of this ecosystem that you're creating. In fact, sometimes you'll see that, if you have a tracking system like the Follow Up Ninja, you can see exactly where people come from, but they clicked on your ad, they never took action, and then what got them in was the social media post that you had scheduled through something like this.
Yep.
So that's the other advantage of having a tool like this, is that you can really just track people's path
Mhm.
and see. There's nothing more rewarding when you make a post and you can say that post resulted in this student,
Yes.
because it kind of breathes some energy into what you're doing.
Yeah. Super
So
cool.
great question there, which really kind of leads to the next thing. As we look to post, this next myth of, as we look to post and have all these plans in place, obviously having a CSV file like this really helps. But one of the other things is this myth that I need to constantly be creative. I need to come up with content from scratch.
Mm.
And that's really what is a big struggle for me, because I am not the artistic. I was the one arguing with our art teacher that you can't grade art. Because it's just not something I was gifted with. So kind of the creativity part of my brain isn't always dialed in. And that's what gives me a pause about wanting to make posts. And just even thinking about it is a daunting task. So again, if you're a T-Fund, someone else asked for the CSV, Kurt. If you're a T-Fund member, Follow Up Ninja member, please shoot me a message outside of this chat and I'll make sure I get it to you. If you end up becoming a T-Fund member, that'll be automatically sent to you. But current ones, we're getting this out to you as soon as possible. Please just shoot that note to me as soon as we can, and I'll get it to you right away. But what would you say, John, to people that would argue, man, just creating content is so exhausting, or that's why I hired someone because I don't want to have to create content because it's time consuming and exhausting.
Right.
I know you're excited about this because it's such a great thing to have.
Yeah. Well, I think the the AI is obviously a very powerful tool when it comes to creating content. In fact, most of the CSV file was AI generated, and then I went in and kind of like,
Spoiler alert.
yeah, I went in and kind of fixed it up. It's not always perfect, but something great is like if you just ask it to just create something, like let's say benefits of, let's go with dance since we've been covering a lot of karate stuff. Let's say, right, post. Oh my gosh, if I can type, it'd be great. That gets people, or even to be more specific, moms to be excited to enroll their daughters into dance. Include benefits and other cool facts. I've never used this specific prompt, so we'll see. This will be interesting. You can go with different tones. You can say funny, casual, excited. Let's go with excited. And you can choose different lengths. We'll just go medium right now. And you can tell it to give you 3 different variations, and then you can kind of choose which one you like the best. So it's pretty instantaneous. And what's great about it is, once it creates it, you can even like give it feedback and tell it different things, get different variations on it and stuff. But I remember very distinctly staring at a blank screen and just like thinking, what am I going to write about? Like, what can I do? What can I write about? What is this post going to be about? So here we go. So attention moms, your little girl twirling around the house. It's time to channel that energy into something magical. This is like right off the bat. It's a fantastic structure for the post. It gives you a bunch of cool facts. I mean, all sorts of neat things. Number 2, let's see. Attention all super moms. You ready to watch it? So, I mean, how awesome is that? How long would it take you to write an ad that long? 3 versions of it, 180 something words each. And then if you like one of these, you just kind of hit this copy and put it right in there. Then you can go in and actually tweak it yourself. You can change any of this stuff. If you don't like any of these words or anything like that, then you just hit continue and it's going to take you right to where you post it. So it's done.
Awesome.
So it's very easy to create content. You can even schedule these things. So let's say we wanted this to go to our page, but let's say we want it to go out later.
Yep. Or you can
Schedule
send
it.
for approval.
We can send it to her approval. You can create recurring posts. Let's say you have like a Valentine's Day post that you love and you want to post every time. Every year on Valentine's Day, it's going to post that. So it's pretty neat. If you're not sure when to post it, you can even save it for later and it'll just hold it and it won't schedule it or post it anywhere until you submit it to post. So super cool. Another really neat feature about this that we didn't really talk about, but it kind of ties into this part right here is you can create a comment on the post right away.
It's so cool. Yeah.
Which is so cool. So like you could say something like, by the way, check out our free week pass at the link in the first comment. And then you put the link in the first comment. And what that does is it actually plays around with the algorithm a little bit and it shows some engagement, even though it's you posting it and you commenting on it. It actually creates a little bit more like
it puts it on the top of the stream a little bit better. And also a tip for anyone posting on Facebook or Instagram. I'm not sure about the other platforms just because I haven't like tested it. I imagine it would be the same. But when you're posting, it's actually better to include the link in the comments.
Yes.
Because Facebook wants people to stay in Facebook. So if you have a post that has a link that's going to take people out of Facebook on the post, they naturally suppress it. It doesn't mean it doesn't get out there, but it just doesn't show up on the feed as much. That's why, like with our posts, a lot of times you guys will see, hey, link in comments, just because we want you to see the post. So
Right.
that's a way to get that link in those comments as well and just create more visibility. So, yeah, that's why you don't need to come up with ideas. AI can do it for you, which is
Right.
awesome. It takes 30 seconds, as you saw, to be able to create a really, really good post. And you can just tell it to do things. You can tell, hey, create a call to action post for a free week pass, and then tie that into your free week follow-up inside the follow-up ninja.
Right.
Another thing you do, I just get excited. I like this because it's just such a really cool tool because it saves so much time. If you go ahead and
Huge.
click new post there, John, if you have a system like if you don't have a system like the follow-up ninja, you need to get one. But the follow-up ninja, if you go down to post reviews, if you have this integrated with your Google and Facebook reviews, you can actually select a review source. So if you were integrated with both, they would be there, and you can select both. Then you can select what rating you want, which would be at least 4 stars and above. I wouldn't want to post 1 star reviews. And then you can click what social accounts you want it to post to. And I mean, this is really cool. You
This
can
is super
like kind of you can drip them out, like how many posts you want, how often, when you want it to go out, and then you can create this really cool background on the right side. And then anytime you get a 4 star and above review, it's automatically going to post it to your social media platform at that time. It's just going to happen. You don't need to
super
think
cool.
about, oh, I should screenshot this and put it up. This is just, it's just something that will automatically happen. Which again is
Amazing.
why you don't need to create content. You don't need to be creative. You don't need to hire someone to do this for you because you can do this really all automatically through a system like the Follow Ninja.
Yeah, this is so cool because it gives your reviews so much more traction. You know, reviews are probably one of the number one sources for organic traffic, either to your website or your Facebook. Um, it's probably the best advertisement you can have is a review. And when you're able to just automatically post a drip of those reviews, I mean, this is multiplying your power with those reviews with almost no effort. Once you set it up, it just automatically does it. So super cool.
Yep. Yeah, I love that. And then as we talk in these trainings, one of our future trainings is going to be reputation management, how you can actually automate that
Yep.
and just get, which is so cool to be able to have
So
a
cool.
system that automates reputation management. So we're getting reviews in, and then that same system, when a good review comes in, will automatically post it to your social media. And then if someone responds to it, that response will then come back into the same system. It's such a cool ecosystem
Yeah.
to really be a part of. In fact, I saw one that, you can run ads, the system follows up, that person books an appointment, they become a student, they leave a review, the review gets posted, all in the same thing. It's
Yeah.
just really, really cool. So
Very
I
cool.
wanted to open up any other questions you all might have about using AI. I know it's a new thing for a lot of school owners. It's a new thing for the world on how to harness AI. It is a really good tool in some situations and others not so much. In our automation training, we talked about the limitations of it. But I wanted to open any questions about using AI, using a planner, using a scheduler. Should you still hire someone? Any thoughts, anything we need to walk through? I want to kind of open up this time for anybody's questions. Go ahead and post them in the channel that you're at, and I will keep track of them.
Yeah. Yeah. I think oh, did you stop the recording? Or did I
Oh,
stop the
yep, I
recording?
accidentally clicked the wrong button there. That's all right. We're back up.
Now you're gonna have to edit it anyway.
That's all right.
We
We'll fix it in
purposely
post.
we'll fix it in post.
So,
Absolutely.
how easily is this to install into the Follow Up Ninja and get started with it?
It's already installed in the Follow Up Ninja. And
Okay.
so all you need is for us to send you that CSV, but it's right in the marketing tab. So if you just click on marketing over here on the left, and then you're there. You should have it all set up.
Okay.
Yep. And Sean, if you need step by step for it, we'll definitely connect with you on that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Great. I mean, I'll be out of town, but next week I'm going to try to get on a lot of the stuff because I really need to start pushing for my summer camp. So trying to get or I really need to get things moving.
Yeah, this is great for summer camps and really kind of promotional stuff. And like we said, kind of building that whole ecosystem. Jason asked, any reason to use Facebook stories for marketing sake? Yeah, Facebook stories are great. So, and the nice thing about a Facebook story could be pretty simple and straightforward. is you can use that for both Instagram and Facebook. So
Yep.
if you
You can
create a
post it right
reel,
there.
you can post it to Facebook stories, you can upload the video, and usually just fun, excitement. So, and same thing, if you're using stuff on TikTok, you can then use that for TikTok, Facebook story, and Instagram reel, post it all at the same time.
Yep.
I wouldn't run ads to Facebook stories for your school
No,
right now. But if it's an organic thing that you want to create content to add value to people, then absolutely, it's definitely a good organic method to get in the front of people, especially for like certain events and things like that. So good
totally.
question, Jason.
Yeah, and
Um,
really, for
Go ahead.
marketing's sake in general, the organic type of social media posting that takes place these days is not as direct as an ad. So I just want to clarify that. Like, it's more of a supplement for some of the outside stuff. I'd say if you really are trying to focus on just getting students, definitely running specific ads is going to be the quickest way.
Yep.
Specifically, right now on Facebook is absolutely the cheapest, easiest, best, most consistent way to get students is with running Facebook ads. If
Yep.
you're already doing that and you want to kind of fill in the gaps, certainly, the website, like we talked about last time, and the social media posting, those are great ways to sort of fill in some of those gaps to help stop people from falling off and falling through the cracks. And also to improve your ad performance. A lot of times, just a simple activity on your page will make your lead costs go down
Yep.
because you've got more activity on the page, which is something Facebook looks for. So
Definitely.
cool.
Awesome. Well, a couple people are asking about the Follow Up Ninja specifically. What is it? People that are using it, that's great. Maybe you don't know all the features of it. A couple people, I didn't
Yeah.
even know this was a feature. They've been using the Follow Up Ninja for 2 years, didn't even know they could do this.
Yep.
And some people that don't have it are asking, well, what is this platform? What is this software that could go?
Yeah. Well, let's just run through it. So I've got some stuff together for it. So really the Follow Up Ninja is all about helping you get more students, harnessing automations, helping you get a steady flow of new students signing up every month, getting new students signing up for the first 30 days without getting bogged down in any of the technical stuff and without paying thousands of dollars, without wasting days of your life. And what you get with the Student Magnet is what we call our plug and play automations. So we actually give you all the exact automations we use all over the country. This works for ads or for your website, or all that stuff is built in, it's pre-installed. It's our winning follow-up automations. Nothing's cookie cutter. It's all really specific to your school. And we show you how to set all that stuff. It's more of what I like to call templated, customized messages. Everything is going to convey the culture of your school. And you can bring in these automations from multiple sources. So website, Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, Google Business Profile, chat, all of those channels come right into one conversation channel, which makes it really easy to follow up and to keep track of where you're at in that conversation. Emails, text, Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, chat, WhatsApp, plenty more. Really, this is good for anybody, any school owner who, if you're established or if you're new or if you're large or you want to expand, if you have a small school and want to grow, no matter what, that this is designed for you. And some people are like, well, I'm not very tech savvy. I don't know about this. This platform is so simple to use. You don't need any tech skills. You don't need anything even for the setup process. I know a lot of times people are like, the tool is easy to use, but to build that house, wow, hard. Not at all. 90% of the setup is actually already automatically done. You basically just fill out a form and it's there. And we also offer full-time support in case you get stuck. It's not very likely you get stuck, but if you do, we're there for you. And so even the most tech challenged people I've ever met say this was so easy. And if you were to try and price out what it would cost to either have someone build these automations for you or really just the platform that has this stuff built in, $2,000 a year is a pretty generous low side of what the value of that is, with the exact templates that we use all over the country, pre-installed with our winning follow-up, no cookie cutters, and customized messages that convey the culture of your school. In addition to those automations, we, of course, have a mobile app. This is where you can manage conversations with your leads on the mobile device, just like texting back and forth. You can delegate this to a program director or a manager or front desk person. You each have your own individual logins. You can see who's communicating with who. But from the leads perspective, it's all in one channel still. So all those conversations are very simplified into one place. So if someone calls or texts or emails, social messenger, any of those things come right into that conversation. It makes it so easy. Something like this, I dreamt about something like this in like the early 2000s. Like, wow, wouldn't it be great if I could just see all of these conversations in one place and nothing existed until this? And so you're able to see the entire journey of your leads. You can be as personable or as responsive as you want. Most of the stuff is automatic until they respond to you. It's what we call hybrid AI, which basically it continues to do all the hard work of continuing to remember when to follow up and to touch base with people. But as soon as they have a specific question, it allows you to take it back over. So you don't have to struggle managing all these different ways. I mean, how many times have you like checked an email and then sent a text message and made a phone call and realized, oh, this person has already been in touch with me. They already asked me a question through email, but I texted them back. Or if they respond to you in multiple channels, maybe someone emails you and then texts you and then they call, 3 hours later, and you don't know where that conversation has been unless you check all those channels. So you don't have to struggle with any of that stuff. There's no confusion about missing a text or a phone call or an email message. It all ties right in there. And you can spend more time doing what you're really good at, which is teaching class, right? That's what you really ultimately want to do anyway. You don't want to mess around with this stuff. This allows you to get rid of a huge amount of hodgepodge of unconnected softwares. We just talked to someone last week who had like 6 different softwares. One was an email responder, one was a text message platform, one was a website, one was something else. And she was paying way more than the Follow Up Ninja just for those different softwares, and they're all disconnected. And so there's this kind of rule of like, things work pretty well 97% of the time. If your texting works 97% of the time and your website works 97% of the time, as you start degrading all that stuff, you really lower your percentage of actual working softwares, because there's always going to be an issue. Nothing's perfect. And so you don't have to waste any time doing any of this relentless follow-up. You don't have to beg people to try your classes. You don't have to spend time calling or texting or emailing people or researching or trying to figure all this stuff out. You don't have to spend any money setting up all these automations or pay someone thousands of dollars. I mean, to hire developers, we know it's tens of thousands of dollars to get that stuff created. And I know most school learners aren't sitting in front of a computer all day, right? We all have smartphones at this point, and I'm certain that you're capable of texting. Our developer spent years simplifying this app down to its core features, and we found that our members just wanted to be able to do a couple of things on their phones, which is reply to texts and emails, answer calls, make calls from the same number as texts. And that's a huge one too. Some people, they're afraid, well, if I send a text out automatically to somebody and they call that number, it leads nowhere. It just gets lost in space somewhere. We forward those numbers right back to your actual phone, whether it's a landline or your cell phone. So it just makes it very seamless. You're able to schedule intro lessons right on the mobile app. You're able to see upcoming appointments. It's exactly what the Follow Up Ninja does. It saves you money. You don't have to figure out anything. It saves you time. You don't have to build anything. You don't have to be tech savvy or go through a bunch of trial and error. You get the freedom to respond to only the most interested leads whenever it's convenient to you. If you were to price out a mobile app, most mobile apps are about $10 a month. We price that out at about 120-year value. That brings the total up to $2,120 per year. And on top of that, you also get the reputation management and review management. This is huge. So many school owners neglect asking for reviews from happy students, or worse, they don't respond to negative or fake reviews, or they respond in a way that hurts them even more. You don't have to worry about any of that, because we're going to give you our automated review management system. You can avoid all the trial and error. You don't have to worry about any costs and mistakes. This system automatically asks for reviews from happy students, easily responds to fake or negative reviews inside the Follow Up Ninja. You can even automate some of that if you want to. Then you can just focus on teaching classes and watching your school grow. You don't have to worry about messing around with reviews, right? It's going to make it so much faster and easy for your school, because reviews are one of the most powerful factors for people when it comes to looking for a school. I read this study. I was shocked to find the results. 84% of people trust the reviews of a stranger as much as they do their friends. That blows my mind. But more positive reviews means more students. Think about that. That means that, if someone reads a review on your website, it's almost like their brother told them to come to your school. That's a huge thing. Maybe you're thinking you don't have time to be asking and responding to reviews. It's totally not an issue. The Follow Up Ninja does 90% of this work for you automatically. Technically, you can actually automate 100% of it. I prefer to keep that 10% just to, just in case. I don't trust the robots just yet. I've seen Terminator too many times. We're gonna let the AI give us a suggestion. We'll say yes or no to it. But for reputation or review management, I was pricing this out. I still have yet to find any software or company or service that can do reputation or review management for less than $3,000 a year. So what you get with the Follow Up Ninja is worth well over $5,000 per year. And you also get automated appointment reminders. What this does is, we've tested so many different calendar systems. I've used Acuity, I've used Calendly, I've used all these different softwares to create these reminders to find the best one that works. You don't have to do any of that. We've dialed down our exact templates and are getting record smashing show rates for this. You can just focus on teaching and watching your school grow. This is going to make it so much easier and faster for your school to grow, because leads are great. Appointment bookings are better, but if they don't show up, there's really not any point, right? So the Follow Up Ninja helps people self-book, or you can book them yourself manually very easily. And then once it's booked, that automatically stops any kind of other follow-up and just starts sending them appointment reminders. So it just makes life so much easier. And maybe you're like, you know what? I'm already using an online calendar, or I don't know how to use an online calendar. Those are probably the two schools of thoughts we usually hear. And it's not an issue. The Follow Up Ninja actually is fully customizable calendar system. It's so easy to set up. And if you already have like Google Calendar that you love, it seamlessly integrates right into your online calendar already, just a couple of clicks, and it's tied right in. And so appointment reminder software is typically about $20 a month. We value that at about $240 per year, which brings the total value of the Follow Up Ninja to $5,360. Maybe you're like, this sounds complicated to set up. And really it was for our developers, but for you, it's a walk in the park. It's so easy to set up. And we made the process about 90% automated for the setup. And all you have to do is fill out a couple of forms, and then you're ready to go. We also give you the social media planner that includes the AI we just showed you here today. I remember sitting and staring at a blank screen or my phone and just wondering, like, watching that cursor blink on the new post field. It was frustrating. It was a huge waste of time. With the newest advancements in AI, you can literally just type something like you saw, like why this is great for kids. The AI system will create variations of the post, even accompanying images if you want. I'm not totally sold on the AI images yet. Sometimes the cartoony looking ones are cool, but I don't know about the photorealistic ones are a little creepy to me still. It's getting there. But you can post it right to your page from right there. And we've made this so easy that you don't have to know anything about AI or social media. It's built into the platform already. You don't have to know anything about marketing. As you saw, I just asked it for a couple of things and it wrote a fantastic marketing post. Insane value for your page and for your profiles. This makes it so easy to get students in the door. It gives you access to the most advanced AI in the world, and you don't have to worry about what to post ever again. And maybe you're like, you know what? It's too, I don't do much posting. I don't understand AI. This is why this is not true for you now, because in 4 clicks, you saw us click, click, click. Amazing content for your page. It uses AI. But I don't even know how a car engine actually works. I just know if I get in and turn the key, it gets me over to Travis's house for Bible study. That's all you need to know, right? So as long as you can get in and ask it to it's basically like having an employee, like, hey, make a post about this. It will do it for you. So it's incredible. A social media AI planner, $350 a year is probably undervaluing it, but that still brings our total value of all these things to $5,700 per year. We also have event promos and registration. We really haven't covered this in our trainings yet. I'm excited to get into this soon. But if you have the Follow Up Ninja now, or if you sign up for it now, you can easily send and receive these mass emails, text messages, and even voicemails to your entire list of leads for you able to promote like ninja nights, dance party nights, tournaments, recitals, demos, parents' nights out, trunk or treats, all these different types of events that you can, festivals, anything you can dream up. You're able to send out these mass promotions in all these different channels automatically, and then send them reminders when they register for it. It makes it so easy, again, to get students, because you're promoting your events to your whole list of anybody who's ever given you their name, email, phone number. You can see real-time responses, and you can do unlimited events and promos. Maybe you're like, this might take a long time to set up. It's not true, because we've already built it for you. It's built in. All you do is fill out a couple of fields to customize your event. Boom. 99% of it's set up for you. Just click go. Something like that, valued about $350 per year. The total value of all these things is well over $6,000 per year. We're still not done yet. We also have a student membership portal. This is amazing. When my son was getting his black belt, we had the hardest time figuring out, how he could practice his forms. We were looking for videos on YouTube and wondering if it was the right ones. It was so frustrating to figure out, like, well, how do we actually train? We have a student membership portal where you can actually upload your curriculum for your students. You can protect it inside a members only portal that they're able to log in to get access. You can put it videos, documents, anything, creeds, stuff like that. Whatever you want for only your students to see. They have to log in to get into it. This is pre-built inside the Follow Up Ninja as well. Makes it easier for you to keep students in your school. And that is a huge, huge value. If you can increase your student lifetime value by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 months, I mean, think about what that would do to your revenue and to your bottom line. And this completely customizes the experience for your school. It gives a ton of value for the students. They're able to access all of your training, practice at home. Maybe you're worried like this is going to be too hard to set up or it's going to look ugly. It's really beautiful. It's designed by the best. You basically click upload and save, and your membership site is there and it's built and it's done. It's designed by the best in the industry. It encourages ease of access. If you're a member of our Student Magnet program, we actually use this for our program as well. So you're probably familiar with how it's set up. All this stuff valued at about $6,500 a year. That's over $500 in real world value for all of these tools. And the best part is you can set this all up in about 10 minutes. But the real question is, what would it be worth to you? If you're charging, let's say, $150 a month, if all this did was help you get 6 students this year, or better yet, maybe just one student every other month slips through the cracks. Every other month, one student slipping through the cracks, I'd be willing to bet that's probably the case if you're not using something like the Follow Up Ninja. If we do the math on that, 6 students at $150 a month is $900 a month that's slipping through the cracks. In the course of a year, this is worth $10,000 in added value to your school. And that's just one student every other month. Imagine if it's more than that. Obviously, there's no guarantees. It depends on what you put into it as well. But this would be a steal at $6,500 a year. But of course, we're doing something very special for everybody here. We're giving this away at a truly ridiculous price. The Follow Up Ninja is not $6,500. It's not our normal $3,000 per year price. You can get it for $167 per month. And all you have to do is go over to thefollowupninja.com to create your account. Super easy. You can click that link. We'll probably put it in the chat as well. Looks like Travis already did.
Yeah, I just threw it in there. Yep.
Excellent. So again, it comes with the plug and play automations, the mobile app, the reputation and review management, automated appointment reminders, the social media planner. All of it has AI built into it. The event promos and registration, the student membership portal, all of that for $167 a month. There's no contracts. You can sign up today, cancel it next month if you hate it. No problem. And really, you've got 2 choices. You can continue doing what you've been doing and expect the same results you've been getting, or you can change what you've been doing by enrolling in the Follow Up Ninja, and then you can expect to get better results because we've already proven the system over and over and over again. So there's no commitments. Cancel anytime. You can create your account over there at thefollowupninja.com. The real question is, is this going to be worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check it out? Even if it only does half of what we claim today, it pays for itself with just 1 or 2 students, right? 167 a month. Surely 1 or 2 students will cover that. You can set your account up over there. And really, if it wasn't amazing enough what we're doing here, we're also giving an annual upgrade bonus. What this means is if you opt for annual billing, we'll actually give you 2 months free and a fully customizable lead generating website. That website has basic SEO built into it already. It also has an SSL certificate, which the last time I checked, GoDaddy was charging like a couple $100 a year just for the certificate. And then the Google Business Profile training comes with that as well to show you how to optimize that and get a bunch of free traffic to your site. So you'll see that option as well at thefollowupninja.com. You can either do the $167 a month and get all the stuff we just talked about, or you can upgrade to the annual billing. And we'll throw in a free website, and then you get basically 12 months for the price of 10. So in addition to all that, if you're not a member of one of our programs and you haven't been on the phone with us for any trainings, we also will give you a one-on-one onboarding call by signing up today to get you plugged in to make sure that we, hit the ground running, get everything set up correctly, answer any questions about getting started. We might be able to give you some extra resources as well. And we'll get to learn more about your goals and where you want to go. If you don't need this, that's okay. You can ask us anything on this call. But if you don't need it, no big deal. You don't have to take it. It's just a little bonus that we're throwing in to make sure that you get all the resources at your fingertips. And we love to over deliver. So just a quick recap of what you're getting. The plug and play automations are valued at $2,000 a year. The mobile apps valued at $120 a year. The reputation and review management's worth $3,000 a year. The automated appointment reminders worth $240 a year. The social media planner worth $350 a year. The event promos and registration worth $350 a year. The student membership portal worth $600 a year, and the optional fully customized website. If you do the annual upgrade, $2,000 a year value. We're valued at $8,560. Real world value of about $700 a month that you get for either $167 a month, or if you take the option for the annual upgrade, you get 12 months for the price of 10 plus the fully customizable website. So all of that is there at thefollowupninja.com. You can sign right up right over there. All right. While I was talking and losing my voice, anybody have it? Did anybody come up with any questions? Did we get any questions in the chat anywhere, Travis?
No, I mean, one thing to add to that as questions may come in is just that CSV file with a year's worth of posts to me is worth $167. If I said, hey, I got a year's worth of proven social media posts, $167, cool, awesome. So then just go in for the month and get this post, check it out.
For real.
Rochelle wants to know, I really want to get started. Someone follow up me after. Yes, Rochelle, I will follow up with you directly after.
Yep. Sounds great. Awesome. Awesome. Cool. Any other questions? Doesn't look like any other questions coming through. I think we're at a little bit of a delay on the social channels because I'm watching the feed right now and it's kind of still back about, it's a pretty good delay, maybe 20 seconds or so. So hang out a few seconds. If anybody has any questions on Zoom, probably get the first crack at things. Otherwise, we can just hang out, stop the recording, and see if anybody's got any questions on the socials.
I don't see anything coming in. I'll keep an eye on the socials too, and I can reach out to people directly. I don't want to hold people up if, you know.
Yeah, sounds good. Awesome. So if you haven't already, jump over to thefollowupninja.com, get your account set up over there. It's really pretty simple. It looks like this. You know, doesn't require a whole lot of anything. You just go ahead and get started. And then when you click that button here, you'll see the two options. So you just fill out your school information. This will set up your account for you automatically. And then you just have those two choices, either a monthly billing or the 2 free months with the free website, the annual billing. And you put in your payment information and it creates your account in about 30 seconds. And I think we covered all the frequently asked questions down here. Yes, we give support. Yes, we give all that. All this stuff's built in, integrates with all sorts of things. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I guess we can call it for the day. What do you think, Travis?
Sounds good to me.
Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for being on with us. I really appreciate you being here, and hopefully you got some value out of this. And if you're already a Follow Up Ninja user, hopefully you figured out some new cool stuff you can do with it. And if you're not already a member of the Follow Up Ninja, hopefully you're getting over there and getting started right now. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you, and we'll see you here next time.